Alright, I want to make a video about staying positive. Keeping a positive mental attitude. We got that PMA. So today it's not been easy to maintain a positive attitude today. I was driving through town on my way to go to the grocery store, and I passed this old man biking up the hill. And I just kind of got sad, and I thought to myself, man, that guy's more physically capable than I am right now, and he's like in his 80s. And I don't even choose to have that thought. It just is immediately what came into my head. It's this, oh, you're inadequate, you're not good enough, and look at it over to your right. This old man in his 80s is able to go out and ride his bike and have fun, and you're not. I could flip that around and say, hey, dude, I got plenty of time. Even in my 80s, I could be riding my bike and having a good time. This tiny little experience I'm having right now where I can't do anything physically is not representative of my larger experience. And so how do we change the mind? Okay? I think there's something very powerful about giving the mind references. And it's interesting that I'm so pessimistic about my ability to heal, given the fact that I've experienced healing so many times. Specifically, there are two areas. So there's my depression, and then there's my physical pain. In the summer of 2015, I reached a place in my physical healing with my pain that I think was the best I've ever been, actually. Come July, August 2015 is the best my physical musculoskeletal system has ever been. And honestly, I thought I was cured at the time. At the time, I said, oh man, it's done. I'm over. I figured it out. I found the cure. I'm moving forward, putting all this behind me. Within a few months, I was right back where I had been a year before. And to this day, I'm still trying to figure out what happened that year. There were a lot of things happening that year that could have led to that moment when I told myself I was cured of chronic pain. I haven't figured it out yet. There were so many variables. One of the problems with doing this all of the above approach is when things work, it's hard to know what worked. But I know it's possible. I know it's possible to be pain-free because I was pain-free. I ran a mile in 7 minutes and 15 seconds on the track of my university, and I hadn't been able to physically run in 8 years. I can no longer physically run now. I definitely went backwards somehow, but I know for a fact that I can eliminate my chronic pain because I've done it. Even if it was just for a couple months, I've done it. I've experienced it, and I know what that's like. And just like that old man on the bike, I can use this in two ways. I can look at that and say, oh, woe is me. It's so bad that I healed myself and then it came back. That's such a difficult experience to go through. And I could focus on the pain of being in pain again, or I could focus on the triumph of just having a couple months without pain. And I could say, wow, I did it once. I can do it again. I can figure out why it's happening, how to do it, and I can sustain it. Because I did it once, it's possible second time. And if it's possible at all, then it can be sustained. That's what I need to keep telling myself. Another example of how I can heal, so I talked about the chronic pain, the chronic depression. When I went to Vipassana last summer, I did a 10-day Vipassana retreat. I spent 3 months after that telling myself that I'd cured myself of depression. And I legitimately had felt like I cured myself of depression. I've been depressed my entire life. And those 3 months were so bizarre. I literally didn't even know who I was. I kept saying that to all my friends and family. It's like, look, everything's new. Everything's entirely new because I'm not depressed. I don't even know who I am. I don't know what any of this stuff is. And again, the depression came back, just like the pain came back. So there's something that's going on in my mind or my body that's causing that when I do heal, when I get to that place, I come back. I come back to this place of darkness and sadness and pain. And that gets to kind of what I was talking about in the video yesterday about how there's a part of me that doesn't want to heal. But right now I'm going to focus on the part of me that doesn't think it's possible to heal. I haven't figured out what to do about this part of me that doesn't want to heal. But the part of me that doesn't think it's possible to heal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep reminding myself of those two experiences. I'm going to say, hey, dude, you know it's possible to run a mile in 7 minutes and 15 seconds because you did it 2 years ago. You know it's possible to be pain-free because you were pain-free 2 years ago. You know it's possible to be depression-free because you were depression-free 6 months ago. All right? I know that it's possible for me to be pain-free and to be depression-free. And so how to rewire the brain to remind myself that. So that's my default. So my default isn't, woe is me, I can't ride my bike up a hill like this old man. I'm a cripple, I'm not good enough. That's the default belief right now. There's the default belief that, oh, well, I was pain-free once, but woe is me, everything's so terrible, of course it was temporary. Oh, woe is me, I was depression-free once, but of course, such is life. It was temporary. All things are temporary, including the pain, including the sadness. It's about shifting belief systems. And this is not easy. It's not easy. It's probably the hardest thing I'll ever do. And that's what makes it worth doing. So, thank you for watching this video. This was definitely a video about me, for me, to encourage me to stay positive. I hope that it helped you stay a little positive as well. We can do this. Hang in there. Never give up.